Welcome to 7th Generation Games. You may be asking, now what? Great question. With your 7th Generation Games license, you have access to all of our games, teacher resources, and curriculum, data reports, our game design program, as well as anything new that we release within the next year. Here's how to get started. Games Overview. We have a wide range of games for grades 3 through middle school across multiple subjects at the same time. All of our games are cross-curricular, including math and Native American or Latin American history. Some include English language arts and Spanish as well. Math taught and tested in our games include multiplication, division, fractions, and basic statistics. We also teach problem-solving strategies, especially for those pesky word problems. For an example of a Native American history storyline, check out Spirit Lake, Fish Lake, or Making Camp. For an example of a Latin American history storyline, see Aztec Story Begins. See the links below for history taught in each game. To see an example of games teaching English language arts, check out Making Camp Premium. We also offer bilingual games, where the language of instruction is controlled with a click of a button. Look at Making Camp Bilingual for an example.
Build a model.
Construir un modelo.
We need to build a wigwam for the winter.
Necesitamos construir un wigwam para el invierno. See the links below for a list of our bilingual games. Our games are available for Chromebooks, iPad, Windows, Mac, and Android devices. Not all games run on all devices, so see the links below for your device. Also, know we are always adding games, so if there's something you want to see, email us at info@7generationgames.com. You should have received the appropriate links to be able to access our games depending on your classroom and/or school's needs and the devices you will be using. If you haven't, please reach out to us at info@7generationgames.com. Usernames and passwords. You're excited to get your students started, right? Now, how do you get those usernames and passwords? You could allow your students to make up their own usernames and passwords, but we recommend you don't for a couple of reasons. First, students forget their usernames and passwords, and you won't be able to help them. Second, you need those usernames to look up the students in our report feature, which we will touch upon shortly. The other option we recommend is that you assign student usernames and passwords yourself. Any combination of letters and numbers is fine as long as someone else doesn't already have that username. Students can use any username and password, so if they already have one assigned that the school uses, we'd recommend they use that to register for our games. Whether your students are allowed to create their own username and password or are assigned those, it is important that teachers know their student's username in order to be able to retrieve student progress reports. Teacher resources. In addition to our games, you also have access to our ever-growing library of teacher resources. Go to teacher.7generationgames.com. Our teacher resources website puts at your fingertips math and social studies resources on various topics and in various formats. We offer videos, PDFs, PowerPoint presentations, which teachers can choose to customize, and more. We also have a weekly newsletter with free resources, lesson plans, and blogs on education. Email info@7generationgames.com to sign up. Also included with your license is the access to data reports. Data reporting. Do you want to know how a particular student, or all of your students, are doing with grasping fractions or problem-solving strategies? We can provide that data for you. Didn't get the link from your administrator? No problem, you guessed it. Email info@7generationgames.com and tell us what you need. It's easy as creating your students' usernames and distributing them to your classroom so that you can track the username to the appropriate student. From there, you can be able to access data reports on students' progress, matching up the username to the appropriate student. The Access data will help you get more insight on any additional support your students might need. Hopefully, this information can help you get started using 7th Generation Games in your classroom. If you still have questions, you can check out additional resources and videos on our teacher site, or you can email us at support@7thgenerationgames.com. We know as an educator, you're already busy. Our goal is to make using 7th Generation Games as easy as possible for you and your students. With 7th Generation Games, you can make learning math fun.